I'm Dana Gentry, your Communications Director at SEIU. Today we're talking with Assembly candidate Ozzie Fumo. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
You're a successful attorney. You've been practicing for many years. Why are you choosing to now run for office?
Yeah, that's a great question. For the last 20 years, I've done everything from traffic tickets to capital murder cases. I've argued in front of the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, and I've had a great career. But every year when the legislature would finish, I'd have the legislative update and scratch my head thinking, what are they doing up there? So I decided to, instead of figuring out what they do, actually go up there and see what they do.
In fact, I took a look at your website, and you were very upset with the 2015 session and what came out of it, the erosion of labor rights, as well as gun background checks, all that stuff.
Yes, I think we do need the background checks initiative. I think is great to close up the loopholes. Not trying to take anybody's gun away. I own a gun. I think it's a right that we have. The Supreme Court has said that every person is entitled to carry one, and I'm not opposed to that. I intend on following the law, but I think background checks are important, and I think it'd be a good thing to pass. I hope it does pass.
What about the erosion of labor rights? Do you think that's going to be revisited in 2017? And what, short of electing labor-friendly candidates, what message can you convey across the aisle?
Well, that's just it. We need to, and being a defense attorney, I'm used to working across the aisle. I'm used to working against the federal government. I'm used to working against the state. I'm used to reaching across the aisle and discussing things with them. I hope the Democrats take back the legislature so that it does not become a big issue, because we can't balance the budget on the backs of the working families anymore. That's been done, it's been tried, and it can't happen anymore. So I'm going to fight vigorously to make sure that doesn't happen.
Are you out walking your assembly district?
I am. I'm the king of the walkers. We've been walking since October, actually. One of the knocks on me is I'm 50 years old and that I wouldn't go out and walk every day. And we've been proving them wrong. I've actually hit my universe. We have about 4,000 registered Democrats who vote in 2 out of 3 primaries. That's what I targeted. And we've already hit that. So we're on our second loop going through the targeted homes.
What are you hearing from them? What's weighing on their minds?
When I first began to walk, I would hear things like Yucca Mountain, issues with that. They didn't want that here. Now I'm hearing solar power. Everybody is upset. I'd say 90% of the people I talk to are upset about what the PUC did. In fact, I started not only looking at the registered Democrats, but if I see solar panels on somebody's roof, I'll knock on their door as well, because chances are they're a Democrat or they're an independent who votes Democrat. And they feel that they did not get the benefit of their bargain. They signed a contract with a solar company, with NV Energy, and they understand too. They're saying, we owe NV Energy a debt of gratitude for laying the grid, but I signed a contract with them with this net metering where I would get a partial rebate for my money, and then after I sign the contract, you want to take it away from me. A lot of people explain it's like you and I enter into a contract to buy a car, sell you my truck for $200, and then afterwards I say, you know what, Dana, I'd like it to be $500 now. We've signed the contract. I'm driving the car. What are you talking about? You can't do that. So that's what I'm hearing a lot of now as I walk. A lot of people are upset about that.
Are you concerned that that's going to hurt our efforts to diversify the economy and attract renewable energy companies?
I think it's going to hopefully invigorate us to think of new ways to do it. A lot of people are talking about things to get off the grid altogether, like the solar lights instead of the electric lights in their houses, off the grid pool pumps. People use their pools in the middle of the day, and people have told me about ways to get out. There's a solar powered pool pump that's completely off the grid. It runs during the heat of the day. That's completely off the grid, and hopefully it'll invigorate us to think of new ideas to do things.
What about jobs? Jobs a concern still, or is...
When the solar, going back to that, when that happened, we lost 5,000 jobs.
Right.
Hopefully we can do something to bring that back. We make a new deal with solar companies to bring more jobs here.
All right, Mr. Fumo, we appreciate you joining us today, and good luck in your campaign.
Thank you so much. It was a real pleasure.